So you watched Ric Flair's last match, right? You
Yes.
didn't stay for Ric, nor did I.
No, I did not, because number one, I knew that there wasn't and when I watched, I went home and I watched it, and when I saw Taker and Mick and all the boys were in that area watching Ric's match, I was just like, oh, I just did a 9 to 12 signing, and then went on stage with you from 12:30 to 1:15, 1:20, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I was done. I was done interacting for the day, and I also was. I had a bad feeling. I didn't want to see. I love Ric to death. He's. We've been to. I mean, I've known Ric for 30 plus years, and it's so funny because I've spent so much time in the Caribbean, and every island I go to has a Ric Flair story. If it's the Marriott you go to, oh yeah, Ric Flair was here one time. He came in and he went up to his fucking room, and there was a wedding reception going on down by the pool, and he came down in his robe and his fucking his sandals, and he fucking had two helium balloons tied on his cock, and he came down and opened his robe and danced around the fucking the pool. It's like every St. Martin, this place, you know. It's like one. So it's just like people say who's the greatest of all time, but there's only one Nash. Like when we used to fucking in my first run in the WWE, when we were gonna go out and we'd all have our platinum cards, and we'd look at each other, and there'd be me, Sean, and Scott. It was early in the run, and we go, so we fucking Nation it tonight? Fuck yeah, Smith and Walensky's. Boom, out we'd go. We'd go to fucking Scores. I mean, you know, drop some coin, you know.
When you become a verb, you've arrived,
yes.
right?
Yeah, when you're Nation.
Are we Naching it tonight?
Are we Nation it? Yeah. Check the adjective, Nach.
Yeah. But so naturally, you know the guy's age, and he is a legend, and you know that word gets bandied about a lot, and WWE a little bit to blame for that. Everybody that you know is of a certain age that agrees to sign on to do a doll is a legend, but Ric's a legend.
I think if you're from my era and you're alive right now, that makes you a legend. I mean, because we lost like fucking 55 fucking guys, and that's not a joke.
No, it's you know.
But
there are guys that lived cleaner than others. But I'm just talking about the contribution to the business. There are some guys and gals, I guess, that are of a different level. They've been emulated by dozens, maybe hundreds of performers in promos and in the ring, and it just doesn't come close. You may have a move named after you, or you become a verb. Something happens where you become legendary status. And your fear was that you would see that tarnished, or Ric would just be in physical danger, you're saying.
Oh, yeah, I did not have a good feeling that you know, I didn't want to see something happen. I wanted to have the comfort of 550 miles between me and that arena. And I just went through I'm not in any way over Scott, nor will I ever be. And it was too soon for me to have to start to wrap my head around the fact that something could physically happen to my friend, and I would fucking sit there and be there. And it's like I got the nose up on this last one. I don't need to fucking. This next one's going to be Patsy Cline. You know.
Well, you know there's been like I've read and heard on other podcasts and pundits talk about the match, okay, and Ric's performance, and the thing that's always lost in all of this discussion that I hear is a separation of the event from the match. And they're two different things.
Right.
Doing something to honor Ric, and then the match. They are two different things. The event was large.
Yes.
It looked great. It looked great. The card was great. Jeff, great. But
Jay Lethal, great.
Yeah. But do you remember in like 1992? I think it was. They released.
We're not going to go back to the summer, are we?
No, not the summer.
Okay.
This was spring. They released a Frank Sinatra duets album, and they put Frank with contemporaries. So it was like Frank with Bono, Frank with Luther Vandross, and nobody expected. Frank was 85 at the time or whatever. No one expected him to go note for note with Bono. But guess what? Everybody bought it.
Yeah.
Everybody bought it because it's Frank and Bono.
Yeah.
And that's what Ric Flair's last match was. We could talk about the move set if you want to. We could talk about some of the silliness, which might have watered down the believability of the moment. Very cool to see Doug Dillinger there, but to think that he's going to be enforcing any kind of security when Karen's going after Megan and Dillinger's like a cigar store Indian just standing between them, and Karen's like moving him like, you should be here to block me. We can talk about that stuff, but that's not it.
No.
It was Frank Sinatra's duets album.
And you know what? I was going through my Instagram and I read Jay Lethal's. There was a picture that Jay posted of him kind of looking back I think he was looking back at the ring after the match, and Jay's like, it was like Dallas Page is the world's most absolute Christmas motherfucker on earth. Dallas puts his lights up like April 7th and takes them down like, March 9th. There's like 3 weeks are not Christmas at Dallas's place. And it's Griswold. I mean, and I love it. It's special. So it would be the equivalent of Dallas actually getting to ride on the sled Christmas night with fucking Santa. That's what being in the ring.
That's what Jay looked like.
No, that's what kind of Jay kind of made reference to. Like this is a dream come true that I'm in the ring wrestling with fucking the Nature Boy.
Mm-hmm. Our own Dominic D'Angelo took that photo, by the way, of which you reference.
Nice.
But that's what I say to people. I say it was the event. It wasn't a match.
No.
It was an event.
Anybody that thinks that fucking Rick was going to go out there and work like he did even 20 years ago, I guess people don't. Like, I love when people come up to me and they go, "Oh, man, you still look pretty jacked. I think you got one in you." No, I don't. The fucking thought of my fucking rickety-ass body hitting that fucking wood, like, nah, man. Not even for fucking Saudi money. You come with me with $500,000 and tell me to take 2 bumps. Fuck you. What am I going to do with that? Put it. Let me put that in the bank with the rest of my fucking money I don't spend.
How much?
I could buy some Czechoslovakian fucking art.
You could. I hear there's the conversion rate is very good on the Czechoslovakian money.
Yeah, well, the thing is, and like I said, I've really got a lot of followers now, and it's in all the coastal towns. So I might have to take my family on a coastal Czechoslovakian tour. Maybe on one of those Viking ships.